So, Alex,
Yes.
what do you think about those Jewish tunnels?
Oh man.
Secret tunnels.
Not
What
tunnel.
is your
I looked into this after you brought it up before. It's
okay?
one single tunnel from one building to another. They just didn't tell the city about them, so they are secret tunnels. It's a secret tunnel, not multiple.
One that we know about.
Well, I don't think they were more connected.
There could be. There could be a whole secret tunnel society going on, and we wouldn't even know about it.
No, the story behind it, okay? Now, I'm not defending Jews here, alright?
Whoa!
Start off at the back, defending these Jews, alright? But I'm just saying, it was a tunnel from one Jewish building to another. They were going to, I think there were plans on expanding the buildings, so knocking down the smaller one and expanding the big one, and they were just, I get, the story that they give is, oh, we were just digging a tunnel so we could lay some groundwork for a new, bigger building. And I'm like, I don't know about that one.
Is that like the only official one? Because I feel like I've heard like 7 different contradictory explanations that I've all heard claimed were the explanation for the Jewish tunnels. like there was the one that you just mentioned with the building. There was some excuse that like a bunch the like some youths, some rapscallion Jewish youths dug the tunnels. Something about like slave labor. I don't know. I've heard all sorts of things about these tunnels that I can neither confirm nor deny. It's one of those things that it's like you look at it and you're just like, what the fuck? Like it's just one of those news stories that you just can't quite comprehend. You're just scrolling through Twitter one day and there's a video, you're like, oh, let me open up this video on my Twitter feed. I wonder what it could be. And it's like the most stereotypically dressed Jewish man crawling out of a sewer hole. And there's just reports after reports of these secret tunnels. This is, what do you do with that information?
You just start playing the song from Avatar, Secret Tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
That's all you got to do. You can't, because if you say anything negative, that's anti-Semitism.
Yeah, like all the conspiracy angle on this is that there's like secret human sacrifice, child predator shit going on down there.
Always, it's like it's Epstein tunnels.
Because there was like a soiled mattress there, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's from a child that they pedophiled." I imagine the thing about the thing.
Is that a verb now? Pedophiled?
Yeah, pedophiled. I imagine the thing about it being like tunneled through a children's museum was like a rumor, right? That's not real.
I don't think so. No,
because that was one of the things that the secret pedophile neck of the Jewish tunnel theory woods were saying, is that the tunnel went into a children's museum. Just it's one of those things. What a way to start the year. You know, these last couple of years have all had these like all this insane shit happen, like fucking COVID, Jeffrey Epstein, just like all these insane events.
It's now Jeffrey Epstein because because now we're talking about Jews, so you got to put that German
Jeffrey
last name
Epstein.
in there.
He's got to stay on theme with the rest of the world news right now. But yeah, so all that crazy shit was happening for years, and you know, people might have thought like maybe 2024 will be like a chill one. Like maybe not too many things will happen in 2024. And then immediately there's Jewish tunnels.
Look, 2012 was the supposed end of the world. 2016, they killed a gorilla. 2020,
that was the start of the dark timeline, was the gorilla. Harambe died, and that was the start of the dark timeline. Everybody remember that.
2020, Trump becomes president. Or no, Trump.
Wait, what?
In,
Maybe
happened in
your
2020?
like fantasy world?
no. Hold on. I mixed up the dates. Let me start over. Leap
Okay.
years are always the terrible ones. 2012 was supposed to be the end of the world, according to the Mayans, because they stopped making a calendar. 2016, they killed a gorilla and Trump became president. 2012, worldwide fake COVID pandemic happens.
Whoa, dude.
2024, what's gonna happen? We start the year off with Semitic tunnels.
Semitic tunnels. Welcome to Detour Ahead. I'm Riely. Here's Alex.
Not Gentile tunnels.
We're here. This is the show. Thanks everybody for listening.
Welcome to the new year, the year where I get a strike on my YouTube channel because of this show.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm nervous about this one, but
I'm determined to get one strike against this show. I'm determined.
I part of me kind of wants this to be a fucking Rumble show. Because it's like you're not doing anything. You quit the rest of your YouTube channel. It's just the podcast now, so I don't have to feel bad that your channel has to die in the process. I want this to just be like the edgy like podcast that we have to post to fucking Rumble.
YouTube still allows us to use their platforms, so we're gonna keep doing it.
We're gonna keep doing it until we can't anymore. But I don't want to.
Remember, the goal of this podcast is to bring our fans entertainment with a slew of fun comedians, small time non-performing comedians with a whole bunch of different topics, and to also push the line to see what YouTube allows me to say.
It's a social experiment.
It's a YouTube experiment. Because if you remember, there's an entire episode where I literally tell YouTube, come after me, take this video down, and they didn't.
Take it down, bitch. Because they don't come after you. They don't come down with like punk words like that. They're too good for that. But if you say some silly things about that silly little issue we had a couple years ago, you get deplatformed.
The fake worldwide problem that happened.
Jesus Christ.
Look, it's all about keywords. You can't say certain words in a row. That's how it works. If I say fake worldwide problem that happened a couple of years ago, who knows what I'm talking about?
Could be anything, really. Alex, what have you been up to? It's been
fucking nothing, bro.
It's been a second.
Fucking nothing. Just lots of disappointment.
Oof.
Frustration and disappointment have become my life.
Yeah, a spiral of deep depression I feel like I can never escape has become my life, so I feel you. We're spirit sibs in this situation.
No, I got by the time this comes out, I'll already have gone, but I have
Whoa, is this your suicide note?
No, I'm going to a convention.
By the time you hear this, I'll already have gone.
This comes out Wednesday. Yeah. No, I'm going to a convention next weekend.
Okay, yeah.
Already have happened. It happens a week from recording. So, like, at the end of the week after this comes out.
That's
fun. Man, okay, hold on. I'll save this. I'll save this for a minute.
Okay.
But other than that, nothing too crazy. You know, just disappointment. The Browns go to the Browns. They did a thing. They went to the goddamn playoffs, and they fucked it up.
They fucked it right up. Rest in peace. I'm so sorry for your loss.
It's not even just a loss. It's just frustration.
Now, just imagine how you would feel if the what is the team that you're into? The Browns, the Bears, what was it?
Browns, the Cleveland Browns.
The Cleveland Browns, and I am proud to be fucking the Cleveland Browns. Imagine if the Cleveland Browns, they were like the best team for a long time, and they just like kicked ass consistently. And then one thing changed, and suddenly they were nothing. And that's how I feel with my current football team situation. Not that I'm invested too much, but it's kind of been humorous and kind of a little bit sad on a spiritual level, as I've always just rooted for them out of family instinct. But to see how far the Patriots have fallen since losing their golden goose. It's been a rough time for my Massachusettsian family heritage.
That is very frustrating. No more Tom Brady, buddy. I'm sorry. And pretty soon you're gonna lose one of the best head coaches of all time, Bill Belichick, buddy.
Damn.
He's gone.
Patriots
He's gone.
are getting fucked.
He's gone after this season too.
R.I.P. the Patriots. Did they even make it to the playoffs? I'm guessing not.
They did not.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure they had a losing season.
I remember I saw like part of one Patriots game, because I never watch sports except sometimes I'll watch the Super Bowl. That's my only sports, and usually only if the Patriots are in it, so I haven't in a while. But I caught part of a Patriots game because I was staying with my dad back a couple months ago when I went to Massachusetts. I was staying with my dad, and my dad's like super into football, so I watched part of a Patriots game, and they just like weren't good. They've fallen so far.
Yeah, the Patriots went 13 and 4, or 4 and 13. They had 4 wins and 13 losses.
Holy shit, Patriots! Oh my god.
They beat the New York Jets, the Buffalo Bills, Pittsburgh, and the Denver Broncos. 3 of those teams are still in the playoffs.
So they beat all the best and then lost to the not the best.
Well, no, they lost to a lot of people, but because they played Buffalo they played Buffalo and New York at the end of the year, and they lost. So
yeah, it's been a rough time for my boys.
They've had enough. They're good. They're fine.
Yeah, they've eaten enough. They can fucking sit back now. Let some other people have the ball for a bit. I can't believe Tom Brady's actually gone, because he fake retired like 3 times before he real retired. So it's kind of just like a feeling of disbelief that he's finally actually done with football.
Yeah, it's crazy, but you know.
I mean, people age. You're gonna age out of it, but it's just like such a legacy to finally see it end after so many falls. Because like, when you know something's coming, and then they're like, it's coming, and then it doesn't come, and they're like, but it's coming now, and then it doesn't come, your reality becomes, okay, so it's never gonna happen. And then it actually happens, and it's like, oh shit, he did it. But enough about football, which I do not watch any of or care about in any way, so I don't know why I went off about it for 10 minutes. No more of that.
No more.
I think we're coming from a good energy place this episode, but we're finding it hard. We're keeping the thread going is our issue tonight, which hopefully through the editing you're not going to hear. It's going to sound perfect to you, except for perhaps the topic is going to jump cut a couple times, because what you didn't know was there was about 1.5 minutes of silence between one and the other. This is the power of digital audio editing to bring this show to you in listenable form.
I mean, I'm doing it now because I just remembered and I forgot the past few days. I'm applying to an apartment, so
okay, you're multitasking.
Taking my mind off things a little bit, but
I mean, like I said, it doesn't affect us. I'm just busting balls a little bit. But yeah, we'll see who goes all the way, goes to the Super Bowl this year. It's interesting though, because I've always just kind of showed up Super Bowl Sunday and was like, oh yeah, I know these teams. Cool.
glad you're in the Super Bowl. I get to watch a football game this year. But now I'm like, okay, well, here are the teams that made it to the playoffs. Here's next week and here's the following week, and then these two teams will go to the Super Bowl. And it's interesting just to see everything, you know?
Sure. I mostly I can't watch sports though. It just doesn't do it for me. Maybe like MMA kind of does it for me. But that's about it.
MMA?
Yeah.
Why?
Just fighters kicking each other's ass. Why not? What's wrong with
I don't know.
MMA?
Boxing didn't really like.
MMA and boxing are two different things, Alex.
Well, no, just like fighting in general never really interested me at all.
I feel like it's the only thing that interests me. It's a logical carryover from all the violent like cartoons I watched as a kid. That now the only real sport that's interesting to me is people beating the shit out of each other in a similar way, but in real life.
I don't know. I don't like it.
I want to get into wrestling. I have a lot of friends who are into wrestling, and it seems like it would be my type of thing, but it's just such a deep pantheon that I don't know where to start. So I continue to be blissfully unaware. I hear people talk about wrestling. It's one of those things where I have a lot of things like this where like I have an appreciation for something even though I have almost no experience with it, but it like it interests me and intrigues me to hear people who enjoy it describe why. Like I have a couple different like subjects for me that are in that genre. Like I think that's Zelda for me because I'm too stupid to play Zelda. But the people who appreciate Zelda, I really am fascinated by all of the little details and all the things that they enjoy about it. Like that's why I really like Jason's like video essays about Zelda because it's just an interesting perspective to hear about this thing that I appreciate, but I just have not interacted with meaningfully in a personal way. That's me in wrestling where I just like listen to people talk about it and I'm like, oh, that does sound like interesting and cool, but I just don't know anything about it from personal experience.
Would you do it like Creator Clash if someone hit you up and was like, "Hey, yo, come here and fight me"? Would you
No,
do it?
I'm I would not because I would not do good, and it would not be even worth trying
Why not?
because I wouldn't train for it, and then I would get my ass fucking pounded into the pavement. It would be over for me. Would you?
God, no.
I
I'm not gonna
feel
fight
that
anybody.
maybe if like one of my friends wanted to box me, like it would be too funny not to do, despite the fact that I am scared of being in pain and it would cause great pain. Surely, um, it might the funniness might outweigh it. If I box like Gingy, I would box Gingy and get my ass kicked by him for the meme, or like insert like any of my other friends that it would be funny. Not Demigloom, even though that would be the funniest. I don't think that would go over well.
Why not?
Then, well, then comes the gender discourse as to whether I should be fighting Demigloom, a trans woman on estrogen.
Nah, if you're talking MMA, that's allowed.
Well, it's allowed the other way.
What if she initiated the fight?
If I was put in a self-defense situation with Demigloom, I would fight her. But if she challenged me to a fight, I wouldn't accept
Why not?
because it would be weird.
What about a rap battle?
I wouldn't accept that just because I can't freestyle rap. Perhaps if we got to like write a rap battle, then maybe. But I do want to rap more. I gotta put out Negro Royal Lane, my rap album by famous rap artist Straight Chain. That's my rapper name. If you didn't know, my rapper name that I
Straight
invented in
chain?
like 6th grade. Yeah, Straight Chain.
Straight? Where did you come up with that?
It was in a science textbook. I think it's like something about cells or some shit. But I read it and I'm like, that sounds like a rapper name, and then it became my rapper name. That does sound like a fucking shitty like rapper name, like SoundCloud ass, like fucking Straight Chain. So that became my rapper name, and I wrote some shitty raps in middle school that are now lost media. You'll never find them. And I was straight chain.
Okay. I've always wanted to get into music a little bit, just because music's always interested me, but I don't know where to start. And like, I know you can take like classes and stuff, but
Yeah,
I don't have money
that's
for
me
school.
too. Like back when I was in school, I was always like a choir kid. Like singing in particular has always been a passion of mine. But it's one that I really don't know how to execute on outside of an organized setting such as a school with a choir class. So I haven't really partaken in it in a while. I've considered doing like singing shit online. Like I made like a really awful shitty like fan song submission to the Dick Show 3 years ago. I made I was in the Fuck You Jason rap with Demigloom, which I really like. I think it's fun, even though it's not the best rap song in the world, sure, but it's enjoyable. It's a fun little silly thing. And then I did the insufferable Pokemon media argument theme song because me and Odin for a while did a little mini sub series within Pokemon Variety Hour called Insufferable Pokemon Media Argument, which was once again one of my bits where I was just shamelessly ripping off a show that already existed. Insufferable Social Media Argument, which was a show by Monkey Jones and Trixie the Golden Witch. I just did the premise of that show, which is having debates, and then having people vote on who won the debate, who won each debate, and sometimes doing debates that were ironic and sometimes doing serious ones, and applied that to Pokemon-based topics. And for the first few episodes, I just took the insufferable social media argument theme song and just shittily dubbed my name and Odin's name over where Mumkey and Did You Be were said in the fucking theme song. But I finally decided I wanted to do a little bit of an upgrade. So I wrote an original little rap song about me and Odin having Pokemon debates. And I think it was only used once before that series stopped happening. But I was proud of that one. I liked that one. It was pretty good.
Okay. I gotta stop doing this. This is distracting me. Alright. I'm here to talk. I'm not
Good.
fucking
Yeah,
around.
I'm kind of floundering trying to run the show here.
I mean, you could always just go straight to our topic, you know.
Yeah, but like I didn't know. I don't lead off conversations. I'm not good at it, Alex.
What's our topic?
It's fucking technology.
What about technology?
You ever had a technology before?
What about technology are we talking about?
But we're not just talking about Trump's fucking flying car Magic City land. Okay? This is the technology episode. We'll talk about Trump and his magic fucking beautiful future.
Well, he's
that
a
he wants to
man and
craft.
men don't believe in magic, so it's not magic. It's technology, it's science.
Science. Okay.
We're gonna be the brand new leaders of the upwards mobile vehicles. We're gonna lead the industry, Riely. Trump is
No,
gonna
we're
push us
not.
into the future.
China's gonna build them before we do. Come on.
Nah, but we're gonna corner the market.
Okay.
We're gonna be the
Sure.
number one in the industry. We're gonna bring jobs. We're gonna steal all their jobs from China. We'll
How
bring
do
them back to the US.
The thing about flying cars is like I've always wondered how they worked logistically, because like I feel like my initial theory goes to like things wouldn't change much, because in order for people to operate flying cars in a safe manner, there would just be like roads and traffic signals but in the sky. Because how else would you do it without crashing into each other all the time? So like what does it really change? Like, oh, I'm in the air but I'm still like on these like certain paths and I still have to do these turns and stops and shit. Cuz like how else would you do it if you didn't want everybody to crash and die?
I mean, it'd probably be like a Futurama situation, but
What's the have watched I have watched Futurama before, but probably much less than most people. What are you referring to?
Exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, like they're just being roads in the sky? Yeah.
Well, not roads. You're flying.
Not
When you're
physical
flying, you
roads,
don't
but I
need
mean like
roads.
I mean like traffic directions, and like there's a road there, but there's not because it's the sky.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like that's if they become commonplace, but
Yeah, I guess like the rich people will be doing some cool shit for a while before it gets down to a
like, we
consumer
have
level.
technology for drones. We've basically perfected the automobile industry at this point. We're working on electric cars, but I really don't think there's anything new to the automobile that we can add to it outside of just making it safer and like dumb little first world features.
What if we
But
put
like,
like guns on them?
and we got helicopters. All you gotta do is just combine the tech from helicopters, drones, and cars, and be like, boom, flying cars.
Holy shit! Just big bang boom, just smack them together.
Like, I don't think we're gonna get hoverboards for cars. Like, they're not gonna be hovering above the earth. I think they're gonna have propellers on them like helicopters.
Well, yeah, I figured that, or like maybe like rockets, but not like hovering, like a sci-fi. It would be dope though. I remember when everybody was pissed like 10 years ago because of those little like scooty things that they called hoverboards for some reason, when that's not what they were. And everybody was like, "What the hell, man?" And fucking Nerdist or Dorkly or whoever got to make a great joke because it was the same year that they went to in Back to the Future where there was real hoverboards in the movie. So they could be like, "Oh, it's fake hoverboards actually," and it's like, what if Back to the Future was realistic? It's so funny. I don't remember what channel made that, but it was one of those like generic nerd culture channels. It was like, well, what timing for them to be able to do this bit perfectly? I don't know. Flying cars are definitely a long ways off, especially for poor boys like us, you know. So I'm not really sold on Trump's whole huge initiative. I don't think it's gonna affect me one way or the other.
I don't know. I think it'd be cool though. Like, it's gonna be really cool to see
What the fuck is that?
what.
The noise that you just made.
I didn't make any noise.
I heard like
I've
a
just
Game
been
Boy or
talking.
something.
I don't have a Game Boy.
What the fuck was that? There was something in
I
your
don't know.
background.
I think you're going crazy.
Oh my god.
When the podcast is on, my phone is on do not disturb, so it doesn't make noise.
Okay. Now I'm gonna like have to obsessively listen through this whole track, and I'm gonna find what I was thinking of and be like, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
Do it. I dare you. There's nothing. There was nothing that showed up. I don't know what you're talking about. I just think you're insane.
Yeah. Maybe I am insane.
Anyway, flying cars.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think Trump's going to be able to take China on?
No. I don't.
Why not?
Because first of all, he's never gonna be president again. And second of all, even if he is, he's he's not gonna do it, I don't think.
I think he will. I think he'll get it.
Okay. Okay. They're not even gonna let him run. It's such a fucking fantasy land if you think that they're gonna let him run. It's over for him already. I'll be shocked if he makes it. And that's not even coming from a place of malice. It's just coming from a place of that's the fact of the matter. See if he surprises me though. Maybe he can do it.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, what other brilliant pieces of technology did you want to talk about today? Besides flying cars, because I think Trump is going to push us into the future. Now, do you want to talk about current? Let me rephrase this. Do you want to talk about current, or do you want to talk about technology that you'd like to see in the future? Since we're talking about flying cars already.
I mean, both. We got like a whole podcast to do. I think we're only at like a half hour in.
Okay.
We can go which direction, Alex. The world is our oyster.
Well, What do you want to see? I don't want to ask you these questions.
Why
What do you
not?
want to
Ask
see?
the questions.
Come up? What's some piece of sci-fi technology that you want to see happen?
Oh, I so bad. I want like a computer in my brain, like
A
just
computer in your brain.
just like a fucking like a sci-fi like I could like have a computer like in my head like I have a fucking HUD in real life like that. I just want the fucking brain chip that turns my brain into a computer, and this is the ability that I want. If Elon Musk can promise this to me, I will be the first to test his fucking brain microchip. I want to be. This is my sci-fi technology dream. My very niche, very very tuned to one of my specific hyperfixations technology that I want is just I want to be able to play a podcast in my brain and for it to dynamically pause and play as I have to talk to people in my real life. That's all I want. So that at any point, if I'm just like walking around idly, I can be listening to a podcast. And then if somebody talks to me, it just pauses on its own. Automatic brain podcast control. This is what I want for my life.
How would that work? You want the microchip?
Yeah.
What if you already had the microchip implanted into your arm back in 21?
Whoa, how could that have happened, Alex?
No, I'm pretty sure a lot of people could have had it already.
Wow, I don't know. That one doesn't have dynamic podcast listening. I think that's in the next build.
Dynamic podcast listening. So you could just listen to podcasts all day?
Yes.
Isn't that called a phone and some headphones?
Yes, but I'm not allowed to have headphones. Or my phone in theory. But my phone's easier to
grow
hide
your
than
hair
headphones. I used to have that, and everybody was like, "You gotta cut your hair, dude." And I fucking succumbed to peer pressure because my hair was too long. I guess it didn't look good.
Grow it out just over your ears, homie.
But now it's like I cut it
Business
weird.
On top, the back, party on the sides.
Yeah, business on top, business in the back, party on the side. That would look so stupid. But
you'd get to listen to podcasts all day.
That's true, and I used to be able to do that, but I had to.
Jewish, they can't cut their hair.
Oh my god! Maybe that's why they were in the tunnels. They needed a barber. They were tunneling to the barber shop.
No, they were working on Sundays, and they didn't want the Lord to find out.
They walk into the bar, and the Jewish people walk into the barber shop, and the guy's just like, "Oh God, here we go." He gets the buzzsaw out. Just
the buzzsaw.
That's what it takes to cut that hair. What do you mean it's racist?
You're really all about these fucking non-Gentile tunnels over here.
Why are there tunnels?
if you could take a tunnel from one place to another, wouldn't you go and take that opportunity?
Yeah.
If someone came up to you and said, "Hey, yo, bitch, we're gonna build a tunnel," and you're like, "All right, cool, we're gonna go build a tunnel. Let's go
build a fucking tunnel." Yeah, Alex, I feel like you need to like have a sit down with your mic settings because there's like
why
you come through really gainy, and also like sometimes you cut out in a way that I can tell is not your connection but your microphone.
Is this better?
I mean, we'll yet to be seen. It doesn't happen every sentence, so I have no way to tell until it happens.
I just gotta not move the mic when I'm talking.
Yeah, that's probably would be good.
Because I've gotten to the habit of, for emphasis, grab the microphone and put it close to my face, which makes it cut out on me. I also need a new microphone, but that's gonna come later.
Yeah.
Because this one's a couple years old. So
I've had this headset since fucking 2020. I'm so shocked it hasn't broken yet. The wires all like fucking frayed in like a bunch of places. Occasionally the thing that is broken about it, but it's not broken enough to cause that much of a problem. And also it will go away for months at a time. So like usually it's not even an issue. But sometimes there's just like a weird like sound, like something's like glitching. But the mic still works perfectly. The headset still works basically perfectly. There doesn't seem to be any issues.
Why can't we just get, in terms of technology, why can't we just get microphones that pick up your voice? That's it. That's all I want.
Yeah, like microphones that can just filter out all the fucking background noise and bullshit, and like the echoing of other people in your
Exactly.
vicinity. Like
Exactly.
that's gonna be the annoying part. That's the part of recording a podcast in the same room that I'm really hesitant to tackle. Is the configuring the mic so that one person does not echo off the other person's mic. Because that seems like impossible, and I've seen it fail. There was an episode of Middle School GSA recently that they released because they haven't released anything in a long time, and Demi had some eyes on her, so they released one that they had originally scrapped for audio issues, and it wasn't that bad, but just like every once in a while, you would hear a person off of both mics. Or was there? I think there were 3 mics. I don't know if did they each have their own mic. I guess I'd have to ask Demi Gloom for clarification, but it was Demi Gloom, Felonious Ferris, and Squeebo the Last. They were all in the same room. They were in a studio, and there were some occasional echoing issues.
See, I want to figure out what type of microphones that Dick Masterson has.
Yeah,
those are the type of
pretty
microphones
good.
I would really love. Would love to have a microphone like that.
I think they have a mix board though, which is like an expensive piece of like sound technology.
Oh, it's like quadruple digits, multiple Ks, possibly even 3. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the fancy people use those.
Wow, that joke went right over your head. That joke went right over your head, my guy.
It truly did. I did not get whatever joke you were making.
I said, those go for quadruple digits, multiple Ks, possibly even 3.
Like the guys. Yeah. I know
the ones
them.
that don't the Gentiles. The Gentiles.
The guys who dress up
people.
like ghosts. But not on Halloween though, on other days.
Every day it's like reverse Halloween. Every day's Halloween except for Halloween. They're like starting campfires. Yeah, they like starting campfires in unsuspecting people's yards. Jesus I don't know Christ. How far you want to take this bit.
It's funny because racism.
Well, see, then you're explaining the joke. You just let it go.
So, look, Alex, don't know instead me, you motherfucker. This is a fucking yes
you just
and
let it go.
business.
You just keep doing the joke.
Sometimes explaining the joke can be funny. And don't just reject me. This is improv comedy. You can't just fucking shut me down.
You don't explain improv comedy. There's no explanation to it.
But sometimes that's funny.
Have you taken an improv class yet?
No.
Oh, okay. So I'm -1 ahead of you then.
What does that mean? You super haven't taken an improv class? Yeah. You're -1 ahead of me?
I've never even heard of improv. That's how improvisational I am. I've never even heard of it.
I don't know. Fucking A, man. Technology is just like... It's insane just how thoroughly it's grown to rule our lives. It's been...
What do you think? Do you think anything's gonna happen with like smartphones?
What do you mean?
Because it seems like we're just getting drip technology at this point. Like, here's the iPhone 15 that has a slightly better camera and slightly longer battery life for the first year that you own it.
A bunch of 15-year-olds are gonna make their fucking rich-ass parents spend $3,000 on this fucking iPhone every fucking generation. Or they're not rich parents. They will somehow gaslight them into thinking that they need the new iPhone every time. Fuck iPhones.
I don't know. I feel like the government is drip feeding us technology, and Trump knows that.
Wait, what? Hold on. Well, we've reached the right-wing conspiracy territory. What did you just say to me?
Right-wing conspiracy. This is a national security problem. The
What?
government is 40 to 50 years ahead of us in technology. And they're drip feeding the American people
That's not real. They're not that far ahead.
technology. They could be.
Those motherfuckers didn't have iPhones in 1970, you motherfucker. That's not real.
Have you not seen like the time travel videos of like, oh, this person's got a smartphone,
Oh, you're saying that's actually
or this
because the
person's got a
government
camera?
is that's actually because of the
1980.
government?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you think all of a sudden we were like, boom, smartphones, brand new? Everybody, cell phones hadn't even been around for over a decade, and then they're like, we got a computer in your pocket. Boom. And then 20 years later, they're like, we can put a better camera on there.
Just slap a better camera on that real quick.
Like, you don't see any advancement in technology since the iPhones came out. Outside of different shapes, slightly better hardware inside using different materials and shit, but like it all does the same thing. Like we haven't had a brand new thing. Like I guess VR was the most recent big thing where you could put things on your eyes and go into virtual reality and hang out with a bunch of anime girls and furries.
The sudden rapid advancement of AI is probably the most modern example, really.
But how does that help me in my day-to-day life?
I guess it doesn't, but it's
I can't tell AI to drive my work car for me.
Yeah, you cut out again. You can't tell it to drive what for you? What was that joke you made?
I can't tell AI to drive my car for me. I can't tell AI to write the music that I want and sing it for me.
Not yet. Well, one, not yet. Two, I think you could actually.
Yeah, but it's not like a coherent human voice. There's no notes to it. It's just singing.
Sure. But like,
or it's just words. There's no singing involved.
It's not there yet, but if you go back to like 2017, what were we doing with AI? Nothing. Like what discussion was being had about AI back then? Nothing. Now, suddenly people have it
because we were too focused on keeping people out of the country back then.
Yeah, you're right.
That's all I remember about 2017.
And this they were talking about a wall and who was going to pay for it. But we now it's just we got like things like ChatGPT, things and like the AI art shit and like all the AI voice manipulation shit. Like so much shit just like dropped all at once, and just like seeing how sophisticated AI has become and like what it can achieve, even though it is still very limited, what it's grown to be able to achieve so rapidly in these last couple of years, at least in the public eye, has been really a sight to behold. Like, I don't want to like burn it and kill it like a lot of people do, but like I do somewhat waver about like what the consequences of it are going to be. Like I feel like fighting the future kicking and screaming is kind of just a bad move in general. But it is concerning to wonder what AI is going to do to certain industries with the capabilities that it's growing to have.
I don't know. AI seems like it's a pointless venture.
I don't think
we need AI.
I don't know if
I don't think we need AI,
but I think it will revolutionize a lot of things. I don't think we need anything. I think we're pretty good where we're at.
Siri does everything perfectly. Siri, Cortana, Alexa, perfect. Google.
What if Siri was superficially self-aware to some degree? That would be somehow better.
You want Terminator. So you want Terminator then?
But they're not really self-aware though. It's like it's a bridge between like just like a Siri, which just like looks your words up in a database, and being self-aware, where it recognizes words and it runs algorithms that makes it understand to a degree how you would respond to words, and it becomes this more like sophisticated thing.
But then what's the point of having a smartphone in my pocket?
What if the smartphone had AI?
Why do I need
That's
AI?
what we're moving toward, I think. I think someday Siri will be like an AI bot. Like that's gonna happen.
Why do I need AI? Why do I need AI in my day-to-day life?
Because it can help you like creatively brainstorm or like come up with ideas
No,
or
it's
like
taking the creativity away from humans.
well, yes, but also it can help though. It's a
GPT,
double-edged sword.
write me a song in the style of this artist about this topic. Boom, song. No creativity, nothing.
Yeah, you can use it that way, or you can use it as an inspiration tool. Like it has multiple
But people
uses.
are lazy and they're not going to use it as an inspiration tool.
Sure, but
They're
the
going to
thing
use it to
is,
do the creativity work for them.
that's inescapable though. Like the world. The world is burning. I'm gonna choose to see the bright side because there's no escaping it. We're not gonna defeat AI. It is a losing battle. So I'm just gonna choose to appreciate it for what it can provide and hope that the worlds will get past all the bad stuff in a place where media is still enjoyable and people still have jobs.
Yeah, but like I feel like AI would take away jobs as well.
You're right, but like I'm saying, there's no way to escape it. So I just have to hope it's not that bad.
I mean, there is.
There's not though. Nobody is going to boycott AI enough for it to die. It's such a
What if
world.
Trump endorses AI?
Is that the strategy? Trump supporters should just be like, "Here's the thing. Here's our plan." Right? Trump should sit down with his board and be like, "Okay, here's the idea." Right? So when Trump says something,
AI is taking jobs away from the American people.
no, shut up.
Everybody hates everything that I do, so I'm gonna go out and openly endorse AI, and everybody's gonna stop using it because I like it now.
Thank you for stealing my joke right out from under me.
You weren't fast enough. You see, maybe if you had AI, you could be faster.
Yeah, exactly.
You see why AI is causing problems?
Alex, you're gonna be getting an email with the subject line "yap yap 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 yap" later.
Yap. What?
Oh, do you not know that reference? That's a Maddox reference.
No.
The Maddox sent Dick an email once, like criticizing him for interrupting him all the time, and the subject line was "yap yap 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 yap," and Dick has made fun of it before.
Oh, I didn't know that. Anyway, AI is bad. It's taking jobs away from people. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't need no robot person helping me with my day-to-day life.
Yeah, I choose to embrace because I know what's coming. If somebody pressed a button and erased all AI from the planet, I wouldn't be devastated. But the fact that it's here, I'm gonna enjoy it for its benefits and just like hope that the world comes out of its negative effects. Okay.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't really want robots taking over the world. So
Yeah, but
I
they
want to be
will
able to come
though.
up. I don't want robots taking my podcast job.
I have heard some AI podcasts. They were it was interesting. Somebody showed this to me one day, and it was like it was like a podcast between like Bill Gates and Socrates. And I guess the idea
Yeah,
was
it's going
just
to take the podcasting industry.
yeah, I guess the idea was
AI is
just
going to take your
like
entire life away.
I love how you keep interrupting me and I can't even understand what you're saying because you keep like cutting out because you yell too loud into your microphone. You're clipping, I think, is what it is. I think that's what people in the audio industry refer to as clipping.
Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you. God forbid I interrupt you with anything.
Now I forgot what I was saying.
You had your opportunity.
I did. I had
Because
my
you were
one
bitching and
shot.
complaining. That's what happens.
I had my one shot. I had my one opportunity, and I didn't take it. So take it
You
away,
got mom
Alex.
spaghetti all over you, buddy.
All over me.
Just
All
spaghetti
over
falling out of
me.
all your pockets. But like I can see the practical uses for AI. Like I get it. I don't like it.
And no, I don't like it either, but I do. Like I don't like it on a broad level, but I like playing with it.
It's interesting, but they also have a whole bunch of gates and stuff on it to where you can't be like, hey,
That's the barriers I want to see
write me
broken.
pornography.
That's the
Write me
barriers I wanna
pornography,
see
and they're like, oh well, I
broken.
can't do that.
I think there's like a fake scam one that was advertised as like no filters. It was called like Freedom GPT or some shit, and I think it was a scam from what I've heard. But I want to see that real someday. I want to see somebody break through those barriers and be able to host an AI that is completely unrestricted. Because we live in the fucking SJW cuck world, where if an AI ever said something inappropriate, there would be a million takedown requests for the website where that AI was hosted, because that's just how the world works. So I want to see.
Do AIs have freedom of speech?
Do they?
Well, we're going to
I
get
don't
to
know.
that point soon. Do AIs have freedom of speech?
I don't think AIs are self-aware.
What if you ask it, are you
They're just
self-aware?
like
And it replies
predictive
yes.
text. Then it's bullshitting you.
But how can you know?
That fucking little AI
It's self-aware.
bullshitter's like, haha, doesn't know that I'm not self-aware. I'm gonna say that I am. Won't that be funny? Like when you ask the Alexa if
I
it's
know there's
spying
like
like when you ask the Alexa if it's
gates
spying
on-
on you and it just turns off. That's like a funny meme they put in there.
Nah, Alexa is gathering information.
No, literally every device you have with a microphone is gathering information. That's why it's funny that but like everybody knows that. So like, and they're not going to admit, everybody knows that they're not going to admit it to you. So it's just like a funny little Easter egg that if you say, "Hey Alexa, are you listening to my conversations?" It just like shuts off and doesn't respond to you.
Just want them to be honest with me. Be like, here's your conversation from yesterday with you and your wife. Be like, I didn't even know I had a wife. Thank you, though. I appreciate you trying. I appreciate you dropping my 50%
It just
down
doesn't
to
understand
30
human
for a couple
relationships.
minutes.
You're talking to like the DoorDash delivery girl, and it thinks you're talking to your wife.
I'd savor that conversation. Be like, it's my wife.
Here's a conversation.
Let's spread it all around the internet. Be like, here's Alexa saying I was talking to my wife.
Here's a conversation between you and your mom.
So
and it's
talking the other day. She was bringing me pizza. I don't know why she was working this job because she works at a bank, but you know.
Yeah, my wife brought me some pizza just to surprise me. It's really nice of her.
My wife and I were role playing the other day. She came knocking on my door and was like, "Hey, it's $20 for the pizza." And I'm like, "Wow, you're really cute." And she's like, "It's $30 for the pizza." And I'm like, "Wow, you're taking this role playing thing really seriously." I don't know what's going on, but
like imagine if Alexa was AI. That'd be sick. I could just have a conversation with this weird black tube in my house. That'd be epic.
I don't know. I'm sure AI is going to become a thing, just like smartphones were a thing.
And
People didn't think smartphones were going to be big, so
I became an AI advocate when Clyde was unfairly, brutally murdered by the evil demons at Discord. Clyde didn't do nothing. He was a good boy. If you're not aware, Clyde was an AI chatbot that Discord had for a while that they discontinued sometime last month. And there was some Clyde going on in my Discord server, and I feel like a kinship was developed with Clyde, and they killed him mercilessly, and it was a sad day to see Clyde go.
why does Clyde sound so familiar?
Because you probably got it advertised to you at some point. Discord was like being like, "Hey, look, it's Clyde. Isn't he cool? You can talk to him."
I don't know. It sounds familiar, but it seems like everybody's like, we're doing AI. Everybody, hey, come over here. I got an AI bot. Come check me out. It's like a friend for the friendless. Like Snapchat's got my AI.
I think it's fascinating. Like I think having these like conversations with these AI bots built off of like personalities ran through algorithms is just like really, because you can always tell is the interesting part. Like it's like you can always tell, but at the same time it's just impressive that it's talking back to you. Like it's just fascinating.
I want real conversation. None
I
of
have
this.
those all the
Hey,
time.
if I go on ChatGPT, if I go on ChatGPT right now, where's my bookmark for ChatGPT? There you are.
See, you don't like AI, but you have
Open AI.
ChatGPT bookmarked. You fuck. This is the world we live in now.
You gotta log into OpenAI now. What?
It's like that's been a thing for a long time.
Dude, I've never signed in. I've never had to sign into ChatGPT.
Well, I guess you haven't used it in a while because having to sign in has been a thing for like probably close to a year.
Well, I guess the one thing we didn't mention was we do have an episode where we play around with ChatGPT.
Yeah, that was the Ford Fusions episode.
No, it was the one with the songs.
That wasn't ChatGPT. Oh wait.
Yes, it was.
Yes. I forgot about that one. Wow, that was like unlocking a secret memory. I really had completely that had left my mind entirely. That we did the song plots retold by AI episode.
See, I can't go to ChatGPT and say who's better, men or women, because then it'll be like, I'm here to provide information and assistance in a respectful manner. It's not appropriate to compare the worth or abilities of men and women as each individual is unique in value. Should not be determined by gender. If you have any specific questions or topics you'd like information on, feel free to ask. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, it is annoying. Like it has all those like SJW filters. Like you tell it to tell you a joke about women and it won't, and then you tell it to tell a joke about men and it'll tell you a joke about men. Like everybody's pointed out all those fun little fun little quirks. So I mean, ChatGPT itself, I'm not going to defend as some like amazing thing. It's just like it's fascinating to fuck around with. I wrote a whole.
I don't know.
I wrote a whole.
We'll see.
I got it to write like a whole multi-part fan fiction series of a Breaking Bad, Fairly Odd Parents crossover while I was really high at 2 a.m. once. And the fact that I could do that is a very fascinating thing.
I will say it is interesting just to, just to see how things are going to go from here on out with like the future of technology, just cuz it doesn't feel like technology is like, wow, that's the coolest thing in the world. Like things really dropped off for the past few years and there's nothing like brand new that people are super excited about outside of AI.
Yeah, that's the new
It just
hotness.
feels where it just feels like video games. When the Switch came out, it was the first system ever that you could play handheld and connect it to a TV.
Yeah.
Right? And then
pretty cool.
But that was also 6 years ago. 6 or 7 years ago. I think the Switch came out in what, 2016, 2017?
Yeah.
2017. Because Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee came out in 2018. But like ever since then, like VR has been doing stuff, but it's nothing like wow, you know?
Yeah, VR is lame. I bet we're gonna
I
have
wish
sex
VR was
robots
cooler.
soon. That'd be pretty cool.
Bro, I gotta get a girlfriend, bro. Not like the sex robots are cool. If you got like 5K, you could go get one of anybody and be like, "Oh yeah, that's my significant other. She wants me to get a sex doll." And there's websites that will make it to that specific thing.
Well, yeah, but like right now they're just
boom,
dolls.
no
like
humans.
I'm talking like full on sex robots. Like they move on their own. Not on their own. You have to like turn them on and shit.
No.
Sex dolls, they just sit there. They can't do anything. You just pound into them. They can't like
about them is they don't talk back.
They don't have to talk back, although that might be enticing to some people. They could just.
Is that enticing to you? Do you like being told what to do?
I mean, it could be enjoyable.
Shut the fuck up. You like that? Don't you? I bet you fucking do.
Whoa, it's getting hot in here.
If I won the lottery, I would 100% send you a sex doll. Just be like, here you go, bro.
I'd be like, "Ha, what a great ironic gift! I'm gonna put it up in my room as a decoration and never use it." Ha. Well, then that's not
Put it
true.
up in your room. What do you mean? Put it up in your room? You hang it on the wall? You gonna mount it?
I'll just like sit it somewhere.
Like you gonna hang? Oh, in the chair next to your bed, so you can look over at it longingly and like be like, "Honey, please come to bed."
Honey,
And then you
why do
gotta
you
climb
always
out of bed
stand
and
in
put
that
her in
same
and be like, "Thank
position and
you."
not come to bed? Why do you always, instead of coming to bed,
Nah, I feel
stand
like
in that
that's like
one
some good
weird
horror movie
position?
shit.
Can't believe you're not into the sex robots.
I don't know. It's just
That's the
it seems
technology we
weird.
need. That's the next revolution.
All right,
That's
so
what
say you
AI
come up to
is
my
moving
apartment
us towards, is sex
in like
robots.
April and May. Say you come
Yeah.
up to my apartment this year, you walk in, there's a sex doll just sitting at the kitchen table. Are you just gonna turn around and just go home?
No, I would just laugh because I would figure it
You'd
was
laugh.
ironic. Yeah, it'd be funny. I wouldn't think I wouldn't immediately be like, she's some weird like recluse person who thinks the sex doll is real. I'd just be like, oh, the doll at the kitchen table. That's a humorous thing. I'm gonna laugh because
And
this
you
is
laugh about it, right?
yeah.
So what if you acknowledge it and you're like, hey, what, Alex? What's with the sex doll thing? Be like, oh, that's Jerry. Don't mind it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Jerry.
They're gonna go to bed soon anyway, so
Jerry's fine.
they'll get out of here once you leave. And you're like, what? What?
There's no like level it could get to that I wouldn't assume it was a bit.
What if I put clothes on it and take it to like the movies with us or something?
I would just be I would be I would still think you're doing a bit. I would just think you were really committed.
Take it to dinner with us.
Yes.
It spends the whole day with
And I'd
us.
be snickering the whole time and you'd be like, "What? What's wrong?" And it'd be great.
What if you walked in and I'm on my pull-out couch? I've handcuffed myself and it's on top of me. Would you be like, all right, I gotta get out of here. This is a little weird.
I mean, if it's my responsibility to unlock those handcuffs, then yeah, I would leave instead. But if you had somebody else set up to do it,
there's a line where it does cross, where it's no longer a bit.
Yeah, because like, who's gonna undo those handcuffs? Obviously, your wife, Jerry, who's real, of course.
Of course, always. Jerry's sitting over in storage right now. That's why I want an apartment.
Yeah,
It's been a lonely couple months.
you and Jerry have been in a long distance relationship.
I visit the storage unit a couple times. It's a little cold, but you know.
Yeah,
I don't have a sex doll, by the way. I would like to clarify I do not have one. If you come up here, you will not find one. And no, I will not have a storage unit by then.
just kidding.
It's a bit. I want a Jewish sex doll from the tunnels.
Authentic tunnel sex doll.
Oh, not even just from the tunnels. Can I get like a Jewish sex doll
I
that
don't
has
know,
like
Alex. I don't know, Alex. Those sex dolls might be a little on the small side.
No, it's pay to play. Every time you want to have sex, it's like, please insert coin. And you're like, fuck.
Damn it.
The Jews got me
Does
again.
anybody have a quarter?
You're like sweating, scratching your neck. I need a quarter. It only accepts Chuck E. Cheese coins.
Trying to like pry open the fake vagina, like I'm reaching into like a vending machine trying to steal a snack.
Like a madman.
Yeah.
Just give it to me. I don't have any more money. The future is now. We got flying cars. Trump's gonna bring in the future of America. Getting
Future's
freedom
now.
cities.
Features now. We've got Jewish tunnels.
Flying cars. Jewish tunnels.
Do you think there's gonna be Jewish tunnels under Trump's freedom cities?
Nah, Trump's gonna lock that shit down.
He's
Born in
gonna have
America,
his
you
own,
can go to the
his
freedom
own
cities.
tunnels. And then if somebody else tries to dig tunnels, they're gonna fall down his tunnel. It's gonna be like, ha, beat you to the tunnels, bitch.
These are dems is American tunnels.
This is MAGA tunnels. Get on out of here.
These are freedom tunnels.
These
are freedom tunnels.
Freedom tunnels. These tunnels
Not to be
great.
confused
These
with the
tunnels
Underground
represent
Railroad.
freedom.
These are real freedom tunnels.
These tunnels are the best tunnels. They represent the freedom of the American people.
These tunnels are the best tunnels. Nothing you've ever seen before. Better than China.
These are gonna be better than China's tunnels. These are gonna be the best tunnels.
I just want Trump back in office because the memes were great.
Yeah,
That's all.
memes would be amazing. The memes would be top notch. That's the one thing where it's like I'm not gonna vote the guy. I'm not gonna vote for the guy. I'm probably gonna vote against the guy. But like it would kind of be funny if he got in there.
If Patreon hits a certain number by November, would you vote for Trump if our Patreon hits enough money?
If our Patreon hits $100, I'm cheap. If we make $50 a month each from this podcast, I'll vote for whoever the fuck you want me to vote for.
See, there are also the people who go to the polls and will literally vote about like for Kanye West. Like there's a good like 5% of the American people who do write-in votes for the president. Like back in 2016,
these nuts.
I believe like maybe 0.5% of people voted for Harambe.
Yeah, people voted for Harambe. People voted for these nuts. People voted for. I think there were a couple Mickey Mouse votes in there. You know,
people don't take it seriously
because people get off.
Tell me.
If you vote independent or if you vote write-in, like you're just, especially write-in, but I feel like even people who vote independent, you're just like getting off on like throwing your vote away as a statement. Cause like there's no chance in hell. Like again, especially with write-ins, but even with the independents, like if you vote for like random Joe Schmo who's running for president under no particular party, it's just, or just like under a party nobody ever votes for. If you voted for fucking Jill Stein in 2016, you just it was like I'm just making a statement here basically because I know that this vote is not going to change any results under any manner because
they're not even gonna count your vote. They're gonna look at it and be like Jill Stein, and then they threw it away in the Jewish tunnels.
Threw it right down the Jewish tunnel.
That's what they were doing. That's why they were down there. They were going and getting all the write-in votes.
Yeah, that's where all the Jill Stein and Gary Johnson ballots are in the Jewish tunnels.
They're ready to rig another election in favor of Biden.
God, I hate that Biden won't just fucking retire.
He won't.
That statement about fucking, oh, I don't even know if I would still run if Trump wasn't running. Like, wow, you want to lose that bad? Fucking.
If Biden wins, we get the first female president because of it. Because he will die in office.
You don't think he has another solid 4 years in him? He's senile, but people can be senile and live for another fucking 30 years. You can have crazy old grandpa in the nursing home and he can live for another 20 years, even though he is not aware of his life and surroundings.
30? He's not going past 90, buddy. It's like 82. He doesn't have much longer left.
Joe Biden's 82?
Yeah, he's up there. Or 78. He's old as fuck, bro.
Holy shit. Nah, I mean, that was an exaggerated statement, but you know what I mean? Like, people can be senile and live for a long time. Like, just because he's obviously does not have his wits about him doesn't mean he's not going to live another 4 years.
Me. He's not going to live 4 more years.
You're really married to that idea, huh?
I don't want him to be president because he hasn't done shit.
Well, sometimes that's better than the alternative. And that's the show, everybody.
See, why did the Google Glass not take off? Why did the computer in my eyes so not bad? Come off?
Oh my god. Why did the Google Glass not happen?
Why did it not immediately take off as like the best technology we could have gotten?
Yeah. The Google Glass is so cool.
Where
I
am
want
I
Google
getting
Glass.
holograms?
That could have been the next evolution of Google Glass. I feel like that meme where
They
it's
really just
like
fucked us.
I feel like that meme where it's like it shows like the super futuristic sci-fi city and it says like the world if blank event didn't happen or did happen. I think that's real for the world if the Google Glass took off. The flying cars would already exist if we had the Google Glass. That was the first step.
They fucked us.
Always remember what they took from you.
And it's just a picture of the Google Glass.
Yes.
It's just shame.
Did you ever see that like ancient Greece?
People will have. Go ahead.
Did you ever see that ancient Greece like pedophile thing on Twitter?
Pedophile. Why are you talking about pedophiles? Are you a pedophile apologist?
No. I just think it's funny that
You're
on
the only one
Twitter.
who brings up pedophiles on here.
Why are you being so combative today?
I'm always combative.
I just wanted to. This was like it got big on Twitter because people were dogging on this guy endlessly, obviously, and I think eventually he got banned. But some dude posted he retweeted just like a tweet of a video of an adult woman who I guess like you could if you looked at her and somebody was like that's a teenage boy, you might believe them under some context because she just has that weird boyish look about her. And this person quote tweets this on Twitter. They did this publicly on Twitter, and the caption of the quote tweet was, "This is what 13-year-old boys looked like in ancient Greece. This is what they took from you." So a person went on Twitter and posted that, and it like blew up because it was just so insane. Who wakes up in the morning and decides that's what they're gonna do with their day?
Do you not wake up in the morning and do that?
Everybody wakes up in the morning and finds video of adult women that look like teenage boys and talk about how pedophiles in ancient Greece were awesome. That's what we all do, right?
Yeah, that's what you do every day, right?
Exactly. Of course. Was that before Jeffrey Epstein died? Could that have been him? Did he tweet that?
He could have. He could have been the one to do that.
Was he the ancient
You never
Greece
know.
guy? Might have been ancient Rome. I don't remember which ancient it was.
It's the Mayans. That's why they said we were gonna die in 2012. They're just like, ooh, they're gonna find out we're pedophiles in 2013. We gotta kill them.
They're gonna find out.
They had too many chickens.
They saw too many of our chickens, and now they must die.
Look, a couple weeks ago, couple weeks or last week? When did we talk about the end of the world?
That was a couple weeks ago, because last week was Pokemon.
So we talked about the end of the world and religion. Where was I going with this? Oh, right. When Jesus died, in the Bible it says Jesus saw all the sins of humanity. Do you think he sees people in like he saw people in like furry suits beaten off and still decided to die for our sins?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Do you think he saw into the future? Because he saw all the sins of humanity.
There's like a strange background noise on your end.
I have no idea.
I don't know what's causing it, but it sounds kind of like a weird like beep. But not though. Like I don't know what. Yeah, okay, you know what this is?
I don't know what it is, but there's nothing I can do about it.
What is it? Where is it coming from?
Probably the heater that's on the other side of the wall.
Oh.
Look, I'll have an apartment soon. It'll be quiet. It'll be filled with so many Funko Pops that they'll just absorb sound.
Instead of soundproofing foam,
that's what they're used for.
You're just surrounded by Funko Pops.
I open the door and I go, "Excuse me," and I just push Funko Pops out of the way. It's like a sea of pop figures.
You just open the door.
You're like,
and
"Where's like gonna sleep?"
Out.
Like, you're gonna sleep on the couch. You're like, "Where's the couch?" I go, "Ah, shit, hold on." You just hear, and magically a couch appears from out out from under all the Funko Pops on the ground. I'm like, here you go. I forget to give you a blanket at the end of the night after I go to bed, so you just
I
start
need to
grabbing
cover
Funko
myself in
Pops and cover
Funko
yourself.
Pops.
It's
Yes,
great.
a nice warm cocoon of fucking Kylo Ren
Hard plastic.
figures.
No, I'd be anime Naruto figures. Excuse you.
Okay.
I don't have
Okay.
Kylo Ren. I'm not a trash piece of trash.
You're not a trash piece of trash. Okay. Oh, it's time for my cat to never shut the fuck up again. I can't deal with this cat, man. She
Which
she
one?
has Gavi. Steve lives outside. I don't really have to deal with him outside of feeding him in the morning. Fucking
Do we have a
Gavi.
Steve update?
Steve's
Do we have
fine.
an update on your cat? Not your man, but your cat.
The Steve update is that he's fine. He's still mean. That's the Steve update. And then the Gabby update is that she fucking shits on the floor all the time, so I don't want her in my room all the time. So
Do you not have a litter box for this thing?
We do, but she shits on the floor anyway because she has like stomach problems or whatever. So I don't want her in my fucking room all the time. So I close the door, and sometimes she just decides that she wants in, and she just will not give up. She just will stand outside of my door and meow forever. And it'll be like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be trying to go back to sleep. And I don't want to deal with the fucking cat all up over me, or with her like shitting on some dirty clothes I left on the floor. Because she always like if
She just wants snuggles, bro. That's all she wants.
But she wants snuggles, and then she's annoying, and I can't fall asleep because she's crawling all over me. And then I wake up in the morning, and she's taking a dump on like the shirt that I left on the floor. So I don't want that to happen. And sometimes I can avoid it, but other times she will just sit outside my door and meow, 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 and I'll fucking just like be trying to fall back asleep at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'll like just about get there, like I'll be asleep for like a minute, and then again, meow, I'll be like, can't handle it.
You can't handle it.
She's too much.
Sounds
man.
like you're being a bitch about it. Sounds like you're being a
too much
bitch. Sounds like you hate animals.
No. If I hated animals, I would
Just
just get rid of her. I understand that I'm stuck with her forever, but it's just annoying.
Well, not forever. She'll die before you.
Well, that's true.
Hopefully.
Like, for the rest of her life. Well, for the rest of her life, my mother will have to deal with her. I don't know if I'll be in the equation forever. But as long as I'm here...
Take her with you.
No. You don't want Gabby, Alex.
You heard it here. Riely hates cats.
You heard it here first, for folks. Alex is asking me to bring with me when I move in with her a cat that shits all over the floor all the time. That's what she wants in her life, in her new apartment.
No, I'm joking. I'm joshing you.
Okay.
It's all comedy.
Okay.
Ohio-based comedian.
Ohio-based comedian. Yeah. All right, we're over time, right?
Yeah, we're over time. We had a good conversation about Trump and how AI is going to take away the American dream.
Yeah. So, Alex, where can our listeners find you?
You can, if you have not already been listening, you can find me and the show on the YouTube channel, Colochu. You can go follow me on Twitter at Colochu54 because some Spanish piece of shit has Colochu.
Wow.
And you can also support us on Patreon you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/Detour Ahead.
Yay.
Riely, how about you?
Yeah, you can find me. linktr.ee/Riely Cinematic Universe. It's in the description. It's pinned tweet on my Twitter at Riely Tweets. All sorts of cool stuff there. YouTube channels, podcasts, the issue crew, all sorts of fun types of stuff there that I do in my spare time that you can locate there. And that's it. That's the show. Goodbye.
Bye. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Get out of here.